We seated for departure.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Well, good evening. I want to welcome aboard to a non-stop flight to Newark, New Jersey from Charlotte, North Carolina. Flight time is not terribly long. Well, is no more than an hour and a half, and so we're cold and dark, almost cold and dark, currently in Charlotte, preparing for this flight here. We're going to have the help of friends from Say Intentions on this flight. We are not on the VATSIM network. We're actually going to be using Say Intentions as our ATC. There has been a new update. I'm expecting when I bring this up for an update prompt to come up, or we'll check it, see if it says anything. It may have updated in the background already. Let's check our identity on this flight. So we are going to be, our aircraft call sign is Preacher. PPA. We're going to update that. want to see if it'll allow for the longer name, Preacher Pilot. See if it will, and it looks like it will. Okay, so B738, all that's correct. Because so for our intercom on channel 2, Millie, I don't think we need Millie with us on this one. We want a cabin crew. So why don't we pick our Lisa from Chicago? How about that? You can either do Lisa or Taylor. How about Taylor? We'll go with Taylor. Okay. IRSs are aligning. We're going to bring up the APU. And let's align our position.
Charlotte, ground. American 5348, request pushback and startup.
American 5348, pushback and startup approved, tail northeast.
Pushback and startup approved, tail northeast, American 5348.
Ground, hello, American 2478, request push and start.
And let's go ahead and get our airside services. For the sake of time, we're not set to real time. It'll be a quicker time.
Ground to flight deck, fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
American Airline 1193, request taxi to active. American 1193, request taxi to active.
American 1193, say again.
We're going to go ahead and let Brian get our IFR clearance. Brian, would you go ahead and get our IFR clearance? Passengers are loaded.
Flight attendants prepare for departure, cross-check and all call, thank you.
I'll get our IFR clearance from clearance on 127.15.
All right, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
Charlotte clearance, Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110, requesting our IFR clearance. We have November.
Give me 1 second for that clearance. Preacher Pilot 110, cleared to Newark Liberty via the Kilns 5 departure. Then is filed. Climb and maintain 8,000. Expect flight level 35010 minutes after departure. Departure on 125.35, squawk 6225. Expect runway 36 right.
You going to do the readback?
Southwest 482, readback correct?
We're going to go ahead and pull up our flight plan. And it says here that we have our reserves are only, wow, on this flight are 1,000, or 1 point, we'll get 1.1, so put reserves in there, and we'll load our other settings. So for flaps on our takeoff, we'll be at 5 flaps.
Charlotte, clearance delivery United 549, ready for IFR to Dulles.
Center of gravity is 25.4.
Clear to Dulles via the Kilns 5 departure, then is filed, climb and maintain 4,000. Depart on 12005, squawk 6551, United 549.
United 549, readback correct.
Runway winds are at 007, and actually, it's got us at no wind. I mean, I'm not complaining. Can I do 0 at 0? Oh. If I hit the right button, it would help. 007 and 0. Okay, now. Don't like that either. How about 070? Okay, let's let's try this again. 007 00. What about 070 0? Okay, what if I change 0 just to 1? Okay, just won't let me put a 0 in there because I guess that doesn't mean anything. Our flex temp, by the way, is 47. I think we're good there. So let's bring in those. So where our V1 is 134, we rotate at 136, and our V2 is 143. So our decision speed is 134.
Delivery American 1003 with information Quebec. Ready to copy IFR clearance to Kansas City.
Give me just a minute.
Charlotte clearance delivery. Eastern 131 heavy. We'd like to pick up
Our
our flight
QNH
plan to Boston.
for takeoff, our QNH is 30.02. And I've got it synchronized to where when I set it here, it sets it here, and it sets it here. So, or excuse me, it sets it here. So we're good there. I've already set our anti-skid to RTO, set for reject takeoff, and our stabilizer trim will be our last thing we need to double check. With that, which is at 4.5. There we go. And just for reference, this our arrival information is our elevation will be 18 feet. Which primarily just means that our landing altitude will be set to 0 on arrival. Okay. And if you're curious where we are right now, here's where we are. We're going to be see, awaiting our instructions for taxi, but you have an idea here of different taxiways. I think it should send us straight down. This should be the most direct way, if it'll just take us out this way. See if it'll do that. Basically Romeo is all the way down. This is, yeah, that's the easiest way. And then, well, so we go Romeo to Charlie. Charlie takes us right to the runway. Let's see if it'll do that. Brian, would you get our pushback and start clearance?
Steve, I can only handle the comms for IFR clearance right now. You'll need to request the pushback and start clearance yourself.
Brian, how about this? You're in charge of all comms.
I'll take over the comms from here, Steve.
Now, Brian, would you get our pushback and start clearance?
I'll request pushback and start clearance from ground.
Charlotte ground, Preacher pilot Papa Alpha 110, requesting clearance for pushback and engine start.
Preacher pilot 110, pushback and engine start approved. Tail northwest.
I heard it. Tail northwest.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing. Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
So we're about to be pushed back here, and let's see. This is going to push us back, and there's Romeo right there. So let's see how it faces us, because we could have a short trip to the runway.
All right, looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
This is a Nimbus airport, by the way, the Nimbus custom. And when it says custom, I mean it looks so much like Charlotte. It's crazy. Really adds some realism. And that I noticed the colorization on the Nimbus is really good. It's really nice. I use actually I have Atlanta.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected, bypass pins inserted. Go and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go. Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
Anytime y'all can start safety, the safety briefing for the passengers.
Okay, Captain. I will begin the safety briefing for the passengers now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard this flight from Charlotte to Newark. We kindly ask for your attention as we go through the safety briefing. Please ensure your seatbelts are fastened, your seat backs are upright, and your tray tables are stowed. In the event of an emergency, the exits are located at the front, middle, and rear of the cabin. Please take a moment to locate your nearest exit, which may be behind you. Thank you for your attention, and we wish you a pleasant flight. Cabin crew, all doors and flight cross-check. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard this flight on behalf of our virtual airline. We are delighted to have you with us today as we travel from Charlotte to Newark.
Ground,
Our captain for this flight is Steve Good, and our first officer is Brian Song. Joining me in the cabin are my wonderful crew members, Emily, Jake, Sarah, and Michael. We expect to be in the air for approximately 1 hour and 20
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Let's go over some important safety information. Please ensure your seatbelt is fastened.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
To unfasten, simply lift the buckle. In the event of a sudden loss of cabin pressure, oxygen mask will drop down from the panel above you. Pull the mask towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Place it over your nose and mouth and secure it with the elastic band. evacuate the aircraft, please leave all the luggage on board. Your safety is our priority. The emergency exits on this Boeing 737 are located at the front,
continuous
middle,
for takeoff.
and rear of the cabin.
Position
Please
light
take a
to
moment to
strobe.
locate your nearest exit, which may be behind you. Lastly, we will be coming around to sell articles from the virtual airline shop after the meal service.
Yaw damper
Thank
active.
you for your attention.
And we're disconnected.
Window
Signal and
heat
pin on the right. Take
on.
it easy and have a safe flight.
Pitot tubes activated. Packs to auto. Engine buses activated. APU off. APU bleed off. Seatbelt sign is on. And before takeoff, we will activate landing lights. The last thing we do. As it stands now, we don't even need center pumps. If you look at our fuel, they haven't put any fuel into center pumps. Brian, can you get our taxi clearance?
I'll get our taxi clearance.
We're going to be taxiing to runway 36 right.
Charlotte ground, Preacher pilot Papa Alpha 110, ready to taxi. We have November.
Preacher pilot 110, runway 36 right, taxi via Romeo Charlie Charlie 1.
Runway 36 right, Romeo Charlie Charlie 1, Preacher pilot Papa Alpha 110.
And last thing we'll do before we go is listen to our ATC.
Just off runway 36 right. Request taxi to Wilson.
36 left. Departing runways 18 center. 18 left. Wind 3500. Visibility 10. Sky conditions. Broken at 19,000 feet. Broken at 25,000 feet. Temperature 23. Dew point 18. Altimeter 3000. Density altitude 1800 feet. Advise on initial contact. You have information November. Charlotte Douglas International Airport. Information November.
On the seat.
00520.
Or on the chair.
Arriving runways 36 center. 36 right. 36 left. Departing runways 18 center. 18 left. Wind 3500. Visibility 10. Sky conditions. Broken at 1.
Okay. Alright, we're taxiing.
Okay, Captain, I will inform the cabin crew. Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently taxiing to the runway. Please ensure your seatbelts are fastened and remain seated until the seatbelt sign is turned off. Thank you for your cooperation.
Charlotte ground, Victor 1, Papa Hotel Romeo, Vision Jet 50, looking for VFR to Florida Keys.
Victor Echo 1, Papa Hotel Romeo, Charlotte ground. Go ahead with your VFR
I cut that a little close. I did. We may be able to classify that as a runway incursion even. One concern I have is the plane that was just kind of a close call.
Is at ramp E, ready to taxi 18 left.
I'm hoping that wasn't 36 left, 36 right. Because that would mean traffic global was taken off on the opposite runway. I've had that happen a couple of times.
Charlie 10, Charlie 12. Blue Street 5563. Shot ground, American 1855, ready for push and start.
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
All right. Landing lights activated. Chronometers reset. Flaps set to 5. Brian, would you get our takeoff clearance? We're ready for departure.
I'll get our takeoff clearance from tower.
Charlotte Tower, Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110, holding short of runway 36 right, ready to depart.
Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110, Charlotte Tower, runway 36 right, winds calm, RNAV Munby, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 36 right, RNAV Munby, cleared for takeoff. Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110.
Alright, traffic global is taking off on the opposite runway. Knowing that, we have a limited window to get off the ground.
Not what was supposed to be said. Blue Street 1769.
Blue Streak 1769, you rat back, blow up and wait, instead of line up and wait. Please ensure correct read
Pushback for safety.
Rotate. Gear up. Flaps retracted. LNAV Command A. Autopilot engaged.
Preacher Pilot 110, contact departure on 125.35. Switching to departure on 125.35, Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110. Charlotte departure, Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110. Good evening, climbing to 2500.
Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110, Charlotte departure, radar contact. Climb and maintain flight level 190, direct Munby.
Climb and maintain flight level 190, direct Munby. Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110.
Direct Munby, which is what we're doing. Okay.
Preacher Pilot 110, climb and maintain flight level 230.
230.
Climb and maintain flight level 230. Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110.
We're monitoring landing lights. They'll come off at 10,000. Altimeter is set. We'll be doing our modification for arrival. It's busy skies tonight. There's Air Canada, American. A lot of American flights. Landing lights off. Runway and taxi. Wheel well light is off. Logo light stays on. And engines setting to off here. Cabin lights, we'll put to medium bright. Actually, we'll put it to cruise with medium bright. About 80.
Dear guests, we have now reached a safe altitude, and you are welcome to use your electronic devices. Please remember to keep your devices in airplane mode. Also, I'm pleased to inform you that our onboard Wi-Fi service is now available. After the meal service, we will come around selling articles from the virtual airline shop. Thank you for your attention, and enjoy
Preacher
the flight.
Pilot 110, climb and maintain flight level 300.
Climbing and maintaining flight level 300. Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110.
Our arrival is on at 22 left. Filbo and Court. Uh, 108.70 at 219 is our course heading for arrival. 219. $108.70.
Pilot 110, contact Atlanta Center on 133.15.
Switching to Atlanta Center on 133.15. Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110.
I've got that dialed in for when I need it. I'm not switching over to that frequency yet. It's not necessary.
Atlanta Center, Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110, evening climbing to flight level 300 from 17,000.
Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110, Atlanta Center. Good evening, altimeter 30.00.
Altimeter 3000, Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110.
I think it's already set, right? 3060.
Preacher Pilot 110, climb and maintain flight level 350.
Climb and maintain flight level 350, Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110.
Okay, we're climbing to cruise. Alright, for what's our distance to
American 1858, Atlanta Center. Good evening. American 1858, Atlanta Center. Climb and maintain flight level 370.
we have we've got a while. We're still on our departure right now. Got a while. I may try to gain a few extra minutes once we get at cruise altitude. I mean, not a lot. We'll probably be like at Mach 0.80, I think, at least 0.81. So earlier we had a what would be considered a runway incursion, but like Traffic Global is not taking off on the right end of the runway. Notice they were taking off on runway 18 when they should have been taking off on runway 36. So they were taking off 18, what would be 18 left, when they should have been on 36 right. That's just a faux pas with Traffic Global. I anticipate we're taking off the right runway or landing at the right runway in Newark. So we'll see. Currently at almost at 300 already. We have been in the air for 14 minutes. So it's taken us what will equate to about 16 minutes.
Preacher Pilot 110, contact Washington Center on 118.925.
Switching to Washington Center on 118.925.
About 18 minutes
Preacher
to
Pilot
cruise
Papa Alpha
altitude.
110. Washington Center, Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110. Evening, climbing to flight level 300 for flight level 350.
Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110, Washington Center, good evening.
You get a little turbulence there.
Washington Center, good evening, America, PM 40, flight level 350, climb to flight level 370.
Seatbelt sign is off.
Okay, Captain. I will inform the passengers that the seatbelt sign is off.
Well, Hartford, I guess I'll cruise down to now. It should be relatively smooth light. Chemical sign is off. Please only move around the cabin when that sign is off. And anytime you use your seat, adhere correct to the seatbelt fastened regardless of the seatbelt sign. Get up, get them closer. Meanwhile, please step back so I can go strip with it.
We have a tailwind, and it looks like it's helping us to really glide through the air. Wow, really is. Ron, how fast are we going in miles per hour?
We're cruising at about 546 miles per hour. Steve?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached cruising altitude. We will begin our snack and drink service shortly. We have some delicious options available, including our famous chicken salad and a delightful cheese platter. After the service, we will also be offering articles from the virtual airline shop, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for flying with us today, and we hope you enjoy the flight.
Yeah, our arrival is about 40 minutes. We should arrive at, we're currently at about 545 miles per hour. That's about 490 knots. And we're only 348 miles outside of Newark, New Jersey. So we'll be there in short order. And that's good. We're going to go ahead and set to 2. Frequency, we'll go ahead and put it in its place. Landing altitude's already set, which is 18 feet elevation, 0. And our VREF is full flaps at 137, but that equates to 1. We always add +5, so it's 142 knots. We'll be at 142 knots at full configuration. Hey, buddy. Double check our weather. So it looks like we're actually going through a little bit of weather right now, but we're above it. We're above it, so no big concerns right now. See if we see anything. No, rather quiet. Make sure there's no discontinuities in our flight plan for landing. When we have a vector there at Philbo, we'll see what they say. Push it a little bit on our speed. I'm going to try to get a Mach 0.81.
American 1071, climb and maintain flight level 330. Climb and maintain flight level 330, American 1071. American 1071, Pilot 110, just a heads up that we had an aircraft report, moderate turbulence about 42 minutes ago at flight level 360.
Pilot 110 will be on the lookout for that. Bad weather's off to our east, off to the east, and hopefully it will stay there. Out over is right now. That would be out over the seas, over the Atlantic. Setting our altitude there in lieu of arrival, and we will be managed down with VNAV. So what's our current speed in miles per hour, Brian?
We're cruising at about 546 miles per hour. Steve?
0.025. 132.025, Delta 379. Washington Center, this is American 1858 through flight level 250, flight level 370. Creature Pilot 110, expect the Filbo 4 arrival. I'll call your descent in roughly 20 minutes.
Expecting the Filbo 4 arrival. Creature Pilot Papa Alpha 110.
Pilot 110, expect the Filbo 4 arrival, descent in about 20 minutes.
Expecting the Filbo 4 arrival. Descent in about 20 minutes. Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110.
skid is set to 2. Frequency for ILS is loaded at 108.70, and it's not, well, I don't have to do it yet, but we'll arm our ground spoilers. Putting our speed back to, I'm on speed intervention right now. I'm switching off. It'll be strictly VNAV now. I don't think it made much of a difference because we have a tailwind that puts us at about 543 miles per hour. It's like 490 knots. Yeah. So we took off from Charlotte 36 minutes ago, and we're already just outside of Newark. Looks like now we could actually start an earlier descent, but I'm going to go ahead and see if we can wait for the top of descent. We'll see. Yeah, we're going to wait for top of descent.
Clear direct Tristan 3, arrival into Manassas, and I'll go ahead and start my descent now.
Tractor 1, descend and maintain 10,000.
10,000, Tractor 1.
Creature pilot 110, contact Washington Center on 133.9er.
Switching to Washington Center on 133.9. Creature pilot Papa Alpha. Washington Center, Creature pilot Papa Alpha 110. Good evening, maintaining flight level 350.
Creature pilot Papa Alpha 110, Washington Center, good evening.
It's a harbor. It's pretty cool. Whoa. It's DC. That's pretty cool. It's DC. That means if I drop down on an airport, it should put me at... Will it put me at DCA? No, it won't. I don't know where it put me. Preacher Pilot 110, we're requesting clearance to begin our descent.
Southwest 957, Norfolk weather, winds 200 at 10, altimeter 3005, clear skies. Creature pilot 110, descend via Filbo 4 into Newark Liberty, altimeter 29.908.
Descend via Filbo 4 into Newark Liberty, altimeter 29.908. Creature pilot Papa Alpha 110.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have begun our approach to Newark. At this time, we kindly ask that you return to your seats, stow your tray tables, and fasten your seat belts. Please note that the use of lavatories is no longer permitted. Thank you for your cooperation as we prepare for landing.
As we descend, we are we're leaning on VNAV to help manage that descent, so that we can hit all of our restrictions or our allowances for airspace, for the right height, altitude, everything. So at the time, it's helping manage speed and altitude. Alright, we're going to put an approach here, and we're just going at ILS 222 left. We'll put the final approach in there. So there's Philbo. If we're going 22 left, it's going to try to send us over to ZAFP. We'll see.
Via
270 restriction. Let me see. Yeah. May have to use some braking here, but I think we're at about 305 knots, 306 knots.
Contact Potomac approach on 119.8
So we're using a little bit of drag to kind of help curtail our speed as we descend. We're at 170, descending down like on a managed descent. Eventually we'll end up on approach, we'll end up at about 2,000, but it will be managed down to that we just won't go all the way down to 2,000.
Pilot 110, contact Newark approach on 128.55.
Switching to Newark approach on 128.55. Preacher pilot Papa Alpha 110. Newark approach, Preacher pilot Papa Alpha 110. Good evening. Descending through 16,000.
Preacher pilot Papa Alpha 110, Newark approach. Good evening, Newark Liberty altimeter 30.05. Expect the ILS runway 22 left approach into Newark Liberty.
Altimeter 3005, expecting the ILS runway 22 left approach. Preacher pilot Papa Alpha 110.
Lights are coming up. I'm going to try to bring back in the brakes. Just arm the speed brake. Arm it, but without arm it. We're nearing on 10,000. We've already got landing lights active. We are going to be transitioning to get over to the 22 left side, so that means we're going to pass the airport, come back and set up for a approach from the opposite direction, almost opposite. We are about 50 miles from the airport. What airport's that?
Captain, cabin is ready. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now on our final approach into Newark. Please turn off all electronic devices and stow them until we arrive at the gate. Ensure your tray tables are put away, your seats are in their full upright position, and your seat belts are fastened. We will be landing shortly, and your cooperation is greatly appreciated. Also, just a reminder,
Preacher pilot 110,
currently
I need you below 250 knots.
Thank you for your attention.
we're at flaps 1. Should help keep our speed kind of governed. We're right at an hour in on this flight. It's about 59 minutes, and it's been a rather. Our cruise altitude was really good. We had a tailwind most of the way, and we still do. So that's kept our speed.
Preacher Pilot 110, I hate to do this to you. There's a report of uneven pavement on the runway. We're checking it out. Hold It Metro is published. Descend and maintain 6,000 right turns. We'll get you out of there soon.
Hold It Metro is published. Descend and maintain 6,000 right turns. Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110.
American 78, contact Newark Liberty Tower on 118.3.
Right turns. Preacher Pilot 110, we're requesting for y'all, if you're going to keep us at a hold, to allow us to hold at P-pause until you clear us to come in.
Preacher Pilot 110 approved. Hold at PP until further notice.
Alright, so we've been placed in a hold. Here at PP, so we're going to hold at PP until they tell us to come in. Hopefully it won't be long. We've been given a hold. We're holding at PP right now until we're cleared by the tower to continue approach, but we're currently in a hold position, and you can apologize to the passengers for our delay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently in a holding pattern as we await clearance from the tower to continue our approach into Newark. We apologize for the delay and appreciate your patience during this time. Thank you for flying with us today.
Good day. Flight 8 Delta Golf, Roger. Radar services terminated. Squawk VFR. Frequency change approved.
I don't know if you have very many of these on VATSIM, but we're in a holding pattern at PPOS until we're cleared by the tower to continue our approach. Evidently they have some traffic issues. It's very common in Newark, between Newark and JFK. Very common. Preacher Pilot 110, do you have an ETA on when we will be cleared for approach again? Brian, do you think you can get at the tower to give us some sort of ETA on it when they'll clears to come in?
I'll check with approach for an ETA on when we'll be cleared for approach.
Newark approach, Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110 Newark approach. Could you provide an ETA on when we'll be cleared for approach again?
Preacher Pilot 110, we've got things all sorted out. Leave your hold at Metro and resume your arrival. Preacher Pilot 110, descend and maintain 3000, turn right, heading 050 vectors for the ILS runway 22 left approach.
Descend and maintain 3000, right heading 050 for vectors to the ILS runway 22 left approach. Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110.
Alright, we should be back on approach. Give you an idea where we are right now. So it's heading toward Filbo, but they'll bring us over to ZAVP to continue our approach.
Thousand to go.
You know what? Let's turn this for.
$2,500.
We're at 5 laps now.
Preacher Pilot 110, turn right, heading 075.
Turning right heading 075. Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110.
give you an idea where we are right now. We're come off Phil Boat, but we're right here, and I think he's going to be kind of subtly setting us up for his Zappi, and that's our next waypoint. I think that if I go back to LNAV, that's what we'll go to when he gives us the okay. We have resumed our approach. We'll be on the ground in about 15 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have resumed our approach to Newark Liberty International Airport. We expect to be on the ground in approximately 15 minutes. Please ensure your seatbelts are fastened and your seat backs are upright. Thank you for your cooperation.
Preacher Pilot 110, turn right heading 100.
Turning right heading 100. Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110.
Busy airspace, I can see already.
Preacher Pilot 110, 11 miles from Zappi. Turn right heading 145. Descend and maintain 2000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 22 left approach.
Right heading 145. Descend and maintain 2000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 22 left approach. Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110.
What just happened? I don't understand why it went back to the left. My LNAV took me in a different direction. But when I have that sometimes where a waypoint's not working right, I click on it twice and go back and execute it, and it usually clears it up. And it did in this case here, I think. It actually cleared it up. approach is activated right now. We're at 2,000 feet. And our gear is down because we are 13, actually we're 13 miles. We could have been less, but I'm not sure why our sensors were fussing for us to put gear down sooner, but I just did what it said. Looking good. I think looking good.
Newark approach, local 65 Quebec, flight level 6000, with Juliet, southwest. Pilot 110, contact Newark Liberty Tower on 118.3.
Switching to Newark Liberty Tower on 118.3. Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110. Newark Liberty International Airport Tower, Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110. Evening, we're established on the ILS approach for runway 22 left.
Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110, Newark Liberty International Airport Tower, winds 140 at 10, gusting 19er. Runway 22 left, clear to land.
Runway 22 left, clear to land. Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110.
We're about to go manual on this landing if something doesn't change.
Bonanza 9, give a Charlie.
Bonanza 9 Kilo Charlie, roger. Continue as you were. Safe travels.
My VOR, the VOR locators are cooperating.
Stabilized, Mr. Bridge, altitude 7.
200.
Think rate.
100.
Think rate. Think rate. Think rate.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 80 knots.
Preacher Pilot 110, welcome to Newark Liberty. Contact ground on 121.8.
Switching to ground on 121.8, Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Newark Liberty
welcome
International
to Newark.
Airport ground, Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110. Evening, we're clear of runway 22 left and ready to taxi to the gate.
One of the largest performing
Preacher Pilot Papa Alpha 110, Newark Liberty International Airport ground, taxi to Terminal B, Gate 68 Center via Papa 2, Papa November, cross runway 4 left, then Alpha Romeo Foxtrot. Good day.
We reach our final parking position.
Terminal B, Gate
On
68
behalf of
Charlie via
Captain
Papa
Steve
2,
Good,
Papa November,
First
cross
Officer
4
Brian
left, then
Song,
Alpha
and the
Romeo
entire
Foxtrot. Preacher
wish
Pilot
you
Papa
a
Alpha
wonderful
110.
day. The local time here is 10:49. If you have a connecting flight, please note the following. Flight 1234 to Los Angeles departs at 11:15 p.m. from Gate 5. 5. And Flight 5678 to Chicago departs at 11:30 p.m. from Gate 7.
I may be still on a spot here. landing was unorthodox on this one only because I had no help with my ILS never captured. It looked like ILS was having issues. It was VOR, the localizer was not lining up. I had to fix that. If this would have actually been an actual flight, I would have had to just do a straight go around because I crossed a runway lane to get over to left where it wasn't going. So I'm not sure what was happening there. But we'll take a jaunt and take off, or we'll go back and do a replay and see if we can see what it was. So let's turn these back on the way they were.
Flight attendants, please be seated for departure.
Get outside the plane and let's find out what was wrong. See if we can get there. About how far out are we here? So you see what I'm doing there? I'm literally crossing runways. I'm a little bit low, but I won't say a lot low. Actually, I did actually line back up. Made the pappies happy, but no, it wasn't always good. So right now we've got 2 pappies. Not fussing at that. I'm good. So let's back up again. See what it feels like. Feel really good. By the way, if you notice on the wing, thank you Bravo 737 for the lion and the lamb livery. You like the little winglet there? It's awesome. One last view. Alright, I'm going to try something, and I don't know if it's going to work before we finish this out. I'm going to try and go back to the beginning, toward the beginning when I took off. And we had a runway incursion because they had flights taken off from the opposite runway, opposite end. And let's see if I can, I'll see if it'll let me go back there. It may not, all depending. Let's see how it goes. Let's see if it'll do it, because we're going way back. And all depending, it may not replay it correctly. But that's okay. I can go back and watch it on the actual the video, our stream right now. But I was just wondering if I could get back to it so I could have a couple of views. I could look at it, but it may not work. It may not work because traffic global, it may not be in sync with the replay, if that makes sense. I don't think, and I don't think it will. I think it may have been too difficult to try, but we'll see. Worst that'll happen here is it'll bonk out. We'll see what it does.
Charlotte Ground, good morning. Air Blue Fox Alpha Echo, request IFR clearance to Ronald Reagan, Washington.
Okay. It did bug out, and that's fine. Because we have it on the replay here, so we actually have it on the stream.